Hello everybody, it's me, Sirenu-Eve Art, and today I am back in the living room to do a review haul of some art things I've got. I have been spending my pennies again in details. Probably one of my favourite art shops and probably one of the only like big art shops I'd say that like supplies a lot of art materials that like you don't always get in certain like crafts shops, especially like up like northeast Durham area. So I actually restrained myself quite a lot. I only got a few things because each time I go I do spend quite a lot of money, but it's like my like once a month treat to myself, and I'm like, I deserve it because I didn't spend it anyway. So you can get the picture, and then I end up splurging, and it's like, no, have some restraint. So I didn't actually get too many things, so I'm just gonna get straight into the video. I will swatch the colours as well that I got in this haul at the end of the video, and see how well it goes. I might potentially paint something at the end, but we will see how that goes because my time management is not the best. So just gonna get straight into it, and first of all I will start with the little palettes I got. So I got two watercolor palettes, first one being Dale and Rowney, however you wanted to say it, Aquafine palette. I got this is only I got that wasn't from Details. I got this from the range, and I believe, I can't remember how much I paid for this. I believe it was £21.99, £24.99. So obviously the Aquafine ones, it comes with like the main like primary colours, and then obviously comes with all different shades of them primary colours, scent colours. Obviously gives you all the pigments on the back. So there's like Chinese white in it, lemon yellow, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange hue. A lot of the colours it's got in, they are hues, unfortunately. So like the vermilion, the alizarin, crimson, cadmium red, rose madder, they're all hues. Purple lakes in it, Prussian blue, cobalt blue hue, viridian, leaf green, ochre's green, yellow ochre, like red, Payne's grey, black. This one's got ivory black in it, rather than Mars black, and it's got Chinese white rather than titanium white or like just white. So it's supposed to be like a travel set, so it's easier to like go outside, I'm assuming, to paint with. I've been trying to stock up on these because obviously it's not soon, but in a few months it will be summertime, and I'm hoping to get out and about and paint more outside because I find it very therapeutic. It's a 24 pan Dale & Rowney Aquafine. I will get it out. It comes with, that's like the hook thing that I was talking about. I'm like, what are you for? Is it to hang, or is it to like have a finger in it, like almost like a pop socket, so when it's open you can do. So when you do open it, it comes with a little pans at the bottom. I'm assuming that's so if you are painting outside you can put water in, obviously mix the colours and make the colours that you need. It comes with a little, if I can get to focus on the actual thing, it comes with a paintbrush, and then all the colours. This is obviously just a panel bit, I believe should come down, yeah. So they're the actual colours. The brush doesn't seem too bad as well, so that's that, like a little doodle. It's actually quite fine pointed as well. I do love a good round paintbrush rather than the others, but maybe that's just, oh, have I got that the wrong way? I probably have, but that's just me probably. Nice. Obviously I can already tell my faves will be the greens because I'm a sucker for greens. I already know I love Payne's grey in pretty much acrylics, oils, every media. I love Payne's grey. It's always such a lovely colour. Oh, I think that'll be quite handy because obviously you can use all this as well. I probably would end up using that to paint or not these, because I feel like sections and that, like I'm restricted on how much colour I can mix and stuff. I don't know. I'm just a bit of a messy painter because I'm not professional, so I just tend to have paints everywhere, have paper everywhere, and I'm just like, I'm doing this now, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I don't follow like a routine or anything. But yeah, so that was the Aquafine Haven't used this yet. I've been waiting to film a video on it because I've been waiting to do the review video before, like a whole video, sorry, before I did a review video on it. Same for the next watercolour palette that I'm going to be showing. So that was the Daler Rowney, sorry. The next one I got was, I saw it in details, it was the Talons Art Create. Royal Talons, should I say. Little watercolour set, and I just thought it looked really cute, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get it, so it's what, a 12 pan, I believe I read that right, yes 12 pan. It gives me the numbers, not the colours names. 708, 409, 617. 617 probably will be my favourites, like a lime green. I'm a sucker for anything turquoise and green. Teals I love. I am a sucker as well for reds and oranges as well. But in reality, I do pretty much like every colour. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get this off without ripping it. So it looks like a little handle. It's not, it's a paintbrush. That comes in it. So the paintbrush is in that side, or at least I thought it was in that side. Oh no, you get a sponge with it. Ignore me. Ah, that's quite cool. So I was wondering, because I thought it, like, so the paintbrush comes in there, and I thought it was broken. I was like, what? I was like, I don't understand. It's just a nub. And then, no, it pulls out, and then you also have to connect it yourself. So you get a little paintbrush in this one. It's quite a fine point as well, so I think it'll be actually quite good. Probably be good for quite fine detail. I was wondering that was so confused me. It so threw me off because it comes looking like that. That's quite handy, that though, because obviously the palette's not the biggest, so they've had to come up with a way for it to fit in there without this being bent like the actual paintbrush, the bristles. So I'm quite heavy-handed, so I've already disconnected the lid. But I think you're actually meant to be able to disconnect the lid because it does have gaps, and it did just click back on. So it comes in like that type of thing. It looks like that. And then when you open it, it has, obviously the paintbrush was there, has a little sponge as well, and it has like the main primary colours. So I'm assuming you get 2 blacks. I don't know whether you get 2 blacks or if one's a grey. One of them must be a brown because there's not 2 blacks on the back. So I think that's black and a brown. You've got blue, and then you've got like a darker blue. You've got 2 shade greens, and then you've got like a almost like a yellow ochre. You've got 2 yellow. Sorry, that looks like quite close to like lemon yellow, and that's quite close to like gomboge yellow. And then you get a red and orange. Obviously I am half expecting, and a white. So basically the primary colours, I am half expecting when I take because it's got like a film. I don't know if you can see that on it. I'm half expecting when I rip this off that some of the panels might fall out. You find with a lot of watercolour palettes that you get, the actual colours do tend to fall out, and that's usually just because you haven't used them. There's no water like kept them stuck in. My only issue with the palette, maybe I've just picked a dodgy one up, is I've already done it once, but this bit here disconnects quite easy from that bit because I keep disconnecting it, and I'm barely touching it, and that, like, I'll take credit in the sense of I'm a heavy-handed person, but this is coming off quite easy. But it does have gaps, so I'm assuming you can take that off to use as a palette. That's what I'm assuming the concept of it is for. But I can't wait to have a go. Royal Talons, like, I like the canvases that I've used of Royal Talons. I've never used paints from them though before, but I'm assuming if the canvases are good, I'm assuming the paints are good. And I feel like with watercolours, it's very hard to mess up with making watercolours, but there, I've done it again. Can you see? Like, I've literally just opened that and it's already like disconnected itself, so I think that might be a little bit of an issue. Well, not an issue, but like a little bit of an annoyance. But that's just me personally. But yeah, I can't wait to use them. I'll probably do maybe like a little beach scene. I don't know with the colours that I've got there. I know obviously you can make other shades are not bad. Probably do a beach scene, or maybe like try and attempt painting trees. I don't know, I'm not the best at painting trees. Maybe a bird. I might do a blue tit. I might paint a little blue tit with this one. We will see. I'll think of a bird to paint. So yeah, that was the Art Talons one. Oh, I keep saying Art Talons. That was the Royal Talons Art Create watercolour palette. Not Art Creation, should I say. Quality from Holland since 1889. I do believe Dealer and Roni is British brand. Yes, colour made in England. Yeah, English and then from Holland. I only got one of the designer gouache because I pretty much got them all now. But I haven't pretty much got them all. I've pretty much got all the shades and colours that I want. But I got Cobalt Turquoise Light. Surprisingly or not, I don't know if it'll focus on that. No, yes, no. I don't actually have that one, and I don't understand how I've missed that one, because I thought I did get it, but I think what I've got confused with is because the designer gouache, the bottles look, well, bottles, like the little tubes look a lot similar to the Winsor & Newton's professional oils, and I think that's what I'm thinking of because I got the Cobalt Turquoise Light in the oil, so I think that's why I thought I had the gouache as well. So I got that. Obviously I will swatch these as well, so I got that one. And then the next paints that I got were Winsor & Newton professional watercolours. I got some 14 ml and I got some 5 ml, is it? Yeah. Tubes. The Winsor & Newton designer gouache, they're probably my faves, and that them Hahnemuhle gouache I really do like. I haven't really tried many other brands of gouache, so I'm not too sure. Like, I haven't got a huge knowledge to compare them to. But they're definitely my faves. The colours, like the pigments, are just so nice and like really bright. And I'm all about bright colours that like are slightly unrealistic, but not unrealistic, just not in like normal, usually in normal scenic backgrounds, if that makes any sense. Like turquoise, I don't know, I can't explain what I mean. I know what I mean in my head, but I don't think you will know what I mean. Anyway, getting on to it. So the 14 ml tubes I got, because they were on offer in the range, believe it or not, these two was cadmium free scarlet and cadmium free yellow. I got those two. The tubes are usually, the 40 ml, around anywhere from £8 to £17, but these ones were on offer for £7.50 each, with them being cadmium free. So they are skin safe. Obviously I usually recommend not getting everything on your skin regardless of it's skin safe. But obviously pigment wise, made in France. Oh, so I thought Winsor & Newton was made in different places, so I was correct. These were made in France. Well, these were made in France. Yeah, France. Interesting. Unless they've always been French. I did think they used to be a British, like an English company. Obviously not full pigment, sorry. I want to see what the pigment was, that's what I was trying to get at. To see what they've replaced it with. It doesn't give the pigments, that's the only issue, but obviously I'm assuming that's because I've got cadmium in it. So, but when I have swatched these two before, and they are really pigmented regardless of not having cadmium in. I'm pretty sure I did anyway. I will have a look. Yeah. So I've got my little swatch book here with me. I've got my swatch book, but that's them two at the end there. So still quite pigmented, and do really think they're good. And that was that one. Especially not with having cadmium in. I was a little, out of all the colours, I don't know whether I just haven't mixed it well or whatnot, but I was a little disappointed with olive green. Olive green comes in like that type of tube, and I was like, oh my god, like a bright green, and yeah, it's not really that bright, so I was slightly disappointed with the olive green. But once again, it did seem a bit oily, so I don't think I've mixed it. Probably I'll have to maybe get, like, I know it sounds silly, but like a cocktail stick and try and like push a little bit in and just mix it a little bit and see if that makes the pigment go any better. But I did swatch that one. I haven't swatched the turquoise yet, so that's why I haven't shown you that, the gouache. And then the other 14 ml bottles I got was cadmium red, and then I also got permanent sap green, those two colours, because you've always got to have a green. And and obviously red comes in really handy as well with trying to make earthy tones. Sometimes like if your plant life looks a bit too fluorescent and green and that, I feel like adding a bit of red and yellow can really like neutral it out, not neutral it out, but like balance it out, and it makes it look more realistic. Obviously once again, opacity's full on this one. Obviously the sap green, most greens are quite opaque. Pigment PR 108, obviously it's just pure pigment. The cadmium, where the sap green obviously has 2 pigments in it, but still quite good. Usually the like colours that you get across all ranges, I usually get in student like range, and then I only tend to get the colours you don't see that often in more professional ranges, just because I feel like, for instance, like with the oils and that, the Winton oils are absolutely fine, and then I would get more like colours that you don't tend to see, like the turquoises, and there's a Winsor & Newton professional oil, like a lime green one, I can't remember its name, but that one I got as well. Like those types of colours I will like treat myself and get in the professional range. But I have started branching out in getting primary colours as well, just like to branch out a bit, because I think I am slowly buying all the bits that already of the extreme colours, well, what I view as an extreme colour. So I find myself being like, oh, you know what, I may as well start with the primary colours then. So that was all the 14 ml I got. The others were all 5 ml, so I got Davies Grey, which is really pretty. I got Aqua Green, that one. I got which one was this one? Cerulean Blue. That one was, I think, was really expensive. It was about $15.99 just for $15.99, $13.99 for just 5 ml. And then I got Windsor Violet, really pretty colour as well. And then I got Green Gold. I love this colour. Green Gold was absolutely stunning. That was them though that I showed before, the professional colours. So that's like Aqua Green, that was Cerulean Blue, that was Olive Green, that was Green Gold, like, oh, stunning. That's like probably my favourite. That was the Dark Violet. Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey is always lovely, like I said before, and they were the cadmium free ranges I got. I haven't swatched the cadmium red yet or the sap green yet, so I will also swatch them at the end so you can see. But that was those, and they were all, oh, if I can lean, the paints I got. They were all the paints I got for that type. The total for that I spent on all this was still quite a lot, I thought, for all. I was restraining myself, and I don't feel like I got loads. £59.43, but then tax wise I spent was £11.80, so I ended up spending £71.31. I'm not too sure how the shop works, because as taught, like, obviously in UK and that the price that you see is what the tax, like, already has the tax included in it, where I know like in places like America you pay like tax separate, well, I think when you go to a shop, like, you pay a little bit extra for like the tax wise, but it'll state what you paid tax or VAT. I don't know if they call it VAT. So that he was 20%, so it was £11.80 extra, so spent £71.95 in total on all this. The Winsor & Newton, I will actually tell you the prices. So turquoise designer gouache was £8, the Talon's £8, pocket was £9.95, and then the Daler and Rowney was £24.99. I said, it should say as well, the watercolours, I know the Aqua Green was, I think, £8.99, Violet was £5.99, Cerulean Blue I believe was £10.99, Payne's Grey was also £5.99, so was Olive Green and Green Gold, sorry. The cadmium free was £7.50 each, and then cadmium red I think was £16.99, £17.99, they ring a bell, and then sap green was back to normal price, so it was £7.99 I believe, or £9.99. So that was all the paint type materials I got. I'm just gonna cross my legs to rest them a bit. So they were 2 palettes I got, and obviously all the separate tube paints that I got. Next, like the last bits I've got to show are some watercolour paper pads and pencils and some pens. So the next things I'll go through is the watercolour pads I got. So the first one was a block I got, which basically just means the sides of it is it gelled, glossed? I don't know what you call it. So it's got like a plastic like wax film around it, and then there'll be a slight corner that hasn't. And you basically just go with your palette knife and you just cut the edges, and basically the sheet comes off the block. But basically, if any paint goes to the sides, it doesn't stain the other pages, is what it's getting at. So I got a Van Gogh one. This was 12 sheets in this one. It's not 100% cotton, so obviously watercolour paper is usually better, like I find is much better when it's 100% cotton. It just tends to be smoother and it doesn't bleed as much, and it just tends to hold water, obviously far better. It's Royal Talens as well, Van Gogh. I really like Van Gogh watercolours as well. So obviously that's why I bought the Talens little palette, because obviously I was like, oh, if the Van Gogh's good, hopefully their own just like bog standard art creation palette should be good as well. So that was the block I got. Like I said, 12 sheets. I think it's 300 GM. Yeah, cotton, 4-sided glued. Yeah, so it's basically glued the sides, and you get your palette knife and you just, once you finish painting, you go and then it comes apart, and then all the other ones are sealed, so it's just like a brick basically that you're painting on. But I'm really excited for that one. This was £9.95. And then the next one I got, I'm not going to pronounce because it's a German word and I'm just going to mess it up. But it's that one. I got this watercolour palette as well. Watercolour pad, sorry. It was £6.60. It's 300 GM once again, watercolour paper. It's 7 by 10 inches, the sheets. And once again, like the Van Gogh, Royal Talens, it has 12 sheets in this one as well. These ones I don't believe the sides are gelled, but it is also a rough paper texture, so obviously it'll have more of indentation, it'll have more of a texture to it when you do your paints. It's acid free and it's supposed to be fine art. I can't pronounce. I'm not going to attempt it. I was going to be like, is it like Hahnemuhle? Hahnemuhle, is that how you pronounce it? No, it won't be how you pronounce it. I pronounce everything wrong. But that one, obviously it's made in Germany. Because it's a German company. German company, sorry. Funded in 1584. But yeah, so I got that one. I don't believe the sides of these ones are glued, but it doesn't say at the same time. But yeah, I'm excited to try them, so I'll definitely make a video trying these two pads out. Things I got were, I can't remember what the names were. Ecoline brush pens that I got, and they were £1.95 for the green Eco, and then the rest were oh no, ignore me, they were all £2.95. Ignore me, I was reading something else. So I'm a sucker for like felt tips and colours and brush pens, things with high pigment. Like I really like the Posca pens. They're really pretty to me. That's what I do, like on my sketchbooks, and that's what I do all the writings like for titles for them on. I had my other one as well, that was in the Posca as well. I just really like them. But I got some of the Ecoline, Ecoline pens. These are also from Royal Talens, by Royal Talens, sorry. So I got 3 green shades because I saw they were really bright, and I'm a sucker for green. I always get green, teals, turquoises, all them type colours first. So I got 666, which is devil's number, no. And this one's pastel green. And then I got 676, which is, where's the name? Grass green, really bright. Oh, that just looks lovely. I cannot wait to swatch them. And then I got 601, which is light green. I'm really excited. I'll use, so it's quite a fine tip. I kind of get to focus, unfortunately. So I'm hoping you'll probably be able to get quite a lot of detail in them. I will obviously because they're all the same. I don't believe there was different thicknesses you could get. I might have been wrong. I might have not looked or paid attention properly, but I'm really excited to swatch them and try them. I'm curious as to see how they blend like as well, because I do believe they do like a separate, there was like a German brand beside these, and they were called something, but they were like, you could add water to them, and like obviously you could use them as like watercolors, and they also look really nice. So if I see them, I will have to potentially get some of them or show you them ones. And then the next colours I got was, oh, I'm dropping it 522 turquoise blue, and then I got 661 turquoise green, 602 deep green. So that was them. That's all them colours. Oh, like, aren't they just lovely? Like, those two colours to me, like peacock colours, are like my thing. Like, oh, my soul. I just love them. Like, I do love black, and I do love really dark colours, and I do love reds and yellows. I love all the colours. Like, I appreciate them all except pink. I'm not usually a huge fan of pink, and I don't usually ever see a colour or shade of pink where I'm like, that's really pretty. That I'm usually like, eh. Out of all the pinks though, for some reason I can really handle, like I really can get down with like turquoise pink. Oh my god, I'm not making sense. Neon pink, green, and like teals, turquoises, they're definitely 100% my favourite colours. But I also am a sucker for like a really bright yellow, orange and red. Well, actually no, I prefer a deep red than a bright red. So what am I talking about? I'm lying to you. But yeah, so these are the Royal Talons. I'll have to try them and swatch them as well at the end of the video. £2.95 each for these ones. Little pricey, little pricey. I haven't checked as well if these can be cheaper online. If I do find them cheaper online, these items, obviously I will link them down below, because I know some people might not have an art shop around them, so it might just be easy to get them online. So it details Faber-Castell Polychromus, which is some I got, were £1.50 each, and the Stabilo Carbothello are also £1.50 each. Some of the Faber-Castell Polychromus though was £1.95. So for instance, Prussian Blue was £1.95. Deep Violet was £1.95. Cadmium Yellow Lemon was £1.95. And so was Violet. So they were a little bit more expensive. The Stabilo, how you want to pronounce it, Carbothello, oh my god, my northeast accent will not allow me to pronounce these things, were all just £1.50 no matter what colour you got. So I got Violet 138, which is a lovely colour. I'll obviously show these better at the end of the video, because I know probably it's not the easiest to see. I got Cadmium Orange, which was 111. The light fast on that was 3 stars, and the light fast on the Violet was 2 stars. Oh, so pretty, like proper sunset vibes. And then the next 3 colours I got were all greens. So I got Permanent Green Olive 167, 3 light fast. And then I got Grass Green 166, 3 light fast as well, 3 stars. Very lovely, I love that. And this next colour was like instant, like this was the first one I picked and I was like, I'm not putting this down. Cadmium Yellow Lemon 205, 3 light fast. Look how fluorescent that is. I love it. It's gonna be my favourite. I know it will be. I am a sucker for like really like proper lime green, like lime yellowy greens. I love them. So yeah, they were the Polychromus Faber-Castell I got for the day, for the month. 3 colours. I got the purple and orange mainly because I don't have really any oranges or any purples in the Faber-Castell. The greens were just because I love them. And I was like, I have to get. And then last but not least are the Stabilo ones, Stabilo, whatever you want to call them. Once again, I got a purple, which I don't have. These don't unfortunately have name colours on, they just have numbers. So this was 1400 385, light fast 2. So the Stabilo, however you want to say it, ones are a pastel pencil. So when you use them, obviously it is like a pastel, so you can smudge them, blend them, things like that. They are really good for that. When you do use these though, obviously they do smudge onto the next page. So I recommend getting, it doesn't have to be Winsor & Newton, but I use the Winsor & Newton spray adhesive, so it keeps it down. So like when you use pencils or if you do drawings like that, with charcoals, anything like pastels, oil pastels, I'm assuming you can use it for as well. If you just give it a spritz, it doesn't smell the nicest, but give it a spray down, it stops it from smudging onto the opposite page. So that's another thing I recommend. 1400 390. This is like a Prussian blue type colour. Light fast only 1 on this one. Blues do tend to have a low light fast, though I've noticed across pencils and paints usually. 1400 440, light fast 2, so a little higher than the Prussian blue type colour. This is very like, I'm trying to compare them to colours that I know. This is very like cerulean blue type vibes, but very pretty, very like sky blue. And then I got 1400 210 for light fast, which is a bright yellow, proper lemon yellow. Love it. I'm excited to use that and see what it's like. And then I got 1400 595 3 light fast. This is like almost like hooker's green. Very pretty. I don't know if that's any better. And then the last colour I got was 1400 221 light fast 3 stars. It's like a bright orange, very like close to like a cadmium hue, I'd say. But yeah, so they were all the Stabile ones I got. I like how they've got the grey bottom because it's very distinct. So whenever all my pencils are unfortunately mixed, and then I'm like, oh, I need the pastel ones, and when I pull it out I'm like, oh, grey bottom, so I know it's them. But they were the colours I got, and in total they were all the pencils I got, bearing in mind I put 9 back. They were all the colours I got, but my most excited the ones I'm most excited to use is definitely those 2 in the Stabilo, and 100% this one. I cannot wait, like, oh, I cannot get over it, like that is just my favourite. I'm so excited. But yes, that was the last thing I got. So those pens, paints, the 2 palettes and the 2 notepads, I think personally, like this and this in the paints, I think I restrained myself quite well. They're never going to balance the paints. I was going to try and put the paints on the top and like do this and be like, but 100% yeah, like I'm like, he's probably like, that's still a lot of money. I'm like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't spend more than like 80 quid. Because usually I do spend a good like 80 something quid. Once a month is a treat, but yeah. guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully I have swatched everything for you as well at the end of the video. The reason I say hopefully is because my time management, like I've said in many of the videos, is horrific and I'm not the best and I get easily distracted with doing other things. But hopefully I did, and I put them at the end of the video. I did show you a few for the watercolours, for instance, the professional Winsor & Newton ones, but there was still, I think, 2 of them that I hadn't swatched, 2 or 3. But yes, this is the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a like. Obviously, I appreciate all the comments as well. Feel free to tell me things that you would like to see video-wise. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I didn't bore you too much with my speaking, and hopefully I pronounce things properly, because I am horrific at mispronouncing things. Like, I just tend to pronounce how I think it's wrote, and obviously a lot of words do not sound the way they're spelt, and I'm like, la 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 la, and there has been a few videos where people are like, oh, it's just this, oh, it's just this. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just me, dumb brain, and also I don't think the thick northeast accent helps at all. But anyway, without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video, my guys.